Bloody hell, I've been gone a while. Hopefully nothing big got announced while I was gone. Right, well how on God's green earth is this one gonna work? Hello everyone, it's Xtropic, and I was once told by a wise man that imitation was the sincerest form of flattery. That wise man was actually the Google AI, I kid you not. But if that were truly the case, why are rip-offs as looked down upon as they are currently? Purely because rip-offs are actually for some kind of gain, via monetary or other type of gain. Which is why I was surprised that Ozzie in a Timely Manner, a series that isn't even out yet and has a relatively small following, got a rip-off as soon as it did. Introducing Lucifer Family Drama. It's shit. The thing is, however, if you compare the series, Lucifer Family Drama should realistically be better, because it's got two artists and a bunch of people working on it. But Ozzie, it's me for the art, me for the music, me for the direct, and a couple voice actors that, no joke, I only know due to a Fortnite creative project. So realistically, Ozzie should be garbage compared to this series. What could have possibly went wrong? The nut job directing it. Now, the Arrow Flash who's directing this series, and I'll say this in the nicest way possible, is a fucking crackhead. I announced a collaboration in the first ever Ozrich video of Ozzie x Veta Royale. And this guy made an entire video almost like the exact same length as Ozrich, just fucking tweaking, like, my guy, you didn't even release a teaser for your series. There was like no evidence that even existed at the time I made that video. By the way, the only reason I know this guy is because we took the same college course together. Just thought I'd clear that up before we segue into comparing the two series. Let's do this.
Just hear me out, please.
What would be a really weird way to start off this section is talking about the teasers for our respective episode 1s. But he released his hours after mine on the exact same day, so we're talking about it. Ozzie's intro mostly consists of blacks and reds, which is done for a reason. It's the main colour palette of the main villain of the series, Xtup, as well as Xtup's pocket dimension, the Never-Ending Realm. And in the background you can hear a piece that I myself made with like zero experience. I'm going to be brutally honest, I'm learning music creation along with this series. I am like truly a beginner. It then cuts to a title card that I made along with the music and the visuals that flash up on screen. You know the gist, it's literally Ozzie, I make everything. Now, any guess what Lucifer's Family Drama brings to the table? I'll give you 5 seconds. Wrong, it features a red and black character and music in the background that quite abruptly this time cuts to a title card. Firstly, I'd like to talk about the fact that there's an Xtropic knockoff in this. That's right. Not only did the Ozzie franchise get attacked, but the upcoming Xtropic franchise, which, yes, was announced at the time these two videos released. Oh, and don't worry, because of my Thai swim in real life, I do know that I made this character purely inspired by Xtropic. And I'm just saying, imagine if Xtropic actually worked like this and Ozzie released like this.
So this is Xtup, he's the big villain and he's really scary. Oh wow, look, here's the school, guys, I can't believe it. This is where Ozzie and friends go, oh my goodness. Fucking stupid ass dude.
Also, you may have noticed that I haven't played the music from this teaser in the background, even though I played the music from the Ozzie teaser in the background during the Ozzie segment. And you may think that's not exactly being fair to it, but the music is AI generated, and there's also the second song, which features nothing but copyrighted songs he didn't even make. But fear not, MC Arrow Flash enthusiasts, I actually have an unreleased piece of OST from the series called Lilith and Lucifer Arguing. I don't know how it ended up on my phone, I can only assume he sent me the file through WhatsApp. Jesus Christ, stop harassing me. But guess what, I've never actually listened to it, so we're going to be listening to it together for the first time ever. Okay, hit play. Sorry, I'm cutting it short because 1, it's probably AI generated, let's be brutally honest, and 2, it sounds like two Transformers having sexual intercourse and I don't want this video to get taken down.
So powerful, it transcended the barriers of conventional speech. Now I speak human and she speaks villager.
When I first announced Ozzie in April of last year, the main cast's family photo looked like this. And you could obviously tell that it was a bit rough around the edges and the style wasn't truly finalised. But in between the announcement poster and Happy Halloween, around June, I did like an entire HD rework for the series, redesigning some of the characters to tweak them for the higher quality style, and then for Happy Halloween I redid the picture, and this is the new picture. And overall, I think we can all agree it looks 10 times better than this. But the point here actually is that even though these are two very drastically different stages of development, you can tell that the series has a consistent style throughout. So somebody please tell me, now that I've got this out the way, what the actual hell is the Lucifer main poster? First thing I'd like to get out the way before I rip this entire poster to shreds, the competently drawn characters you see within the circle aren't drawn by the Aeroflash, they are drawn by someone called Fox, who is genuinely an amazing, talented artist, and she shouldn't be caught in the crossfire of this video. But as for everything else, including like the eyeless girl and the guy with different coloured man bun, that was drawn by the Aeroflash, alright? Immediately right off the bat, in the top middle, right, did you add yourself to the series? Even though Ozzie started in 2021 when I was literally like an absolute moron, I can definitely competently say, other than like my voice, I have never added someone who represents myself to the series, ever. This is genuinely the lowest I think I've seen anyone sink. And I know self-inserts are like really, really common, but it's normally just like a background cameo, not like a full-on main character. Jesus Christ. Next, let's talk about Lilith's dress, because it looks really nice. It's nice and red, it fits with the Hell theme, and it's stolen from the Syntax poster. Wanna know how I can tell it's stolen from the Syntax poster? This little line on her shoulder that was clearly added afterwards because it fits with nothing else on it, right? Yeah, that's on Sin's dress from the Syntax poster, and wanna know how I can tell he stole it from me? Because that's not how dresses work, and I will admit right now it was a drawing mistake that I noticed immediately after making the poster public. And also, if you use 2% of your monkey brain, you would realise that, yeah, dresses don't work like that. There's not a piece on a dress where you can slip one arm through and not the other. I thought it was pretty obvious that it was a mistake, but apparently this wingnut didn't get it. Oh, sorry guys, I actually forgot that Lilith from Lucifer Family Drama is actually dating Jonesy from Fortnite. See, they have the same thing wrapped around their arm.
Okay, Joe, right foot green.
See, the Ozzie series has been in the works longer than Lucifer series. Lucifer series was in the works since last year, since I heard about the Ozzie series.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Well, what did we learn from this video? Imitation isn't exactly the highest form of flattery, but it's more like the lowest form of wit. You're only going to get ridiculed for it, or in this case, become the topic of your victim's longest running video ever. But on a less stupid note, I'd like to thank you all for 500 subscribers. I genuinely didn't think we'd reach this milestone, and I'm nothing but grateful for all of you who've genuinely stuck around despite hiatus after hiatus. And I will end this video off with some news for you all, which probably will get covered in a community post afterwards, but screw it. Early June, Ice Age 3 will be releasing, and I mean it this time. It's not just me being like, oh look, jingling keys, Ice Age 3 might still happen. It's actually in the works and it is coming out. The disappearance of John Miller will officially kickstart the Ozzie series as a whole, and has now been renamed to Dream.mp4 and will take the form of an analog horror preluding episode 1. There's also some smaller videos coming up like Ozrich 3, Why I Like AI Villains, and some other stuff. But the general point is, I want to remain more active on the channel, even if I go inactive for like extensive periods of time. I'll try and return with a video similar in length to this to make up for that lost time. But other than that, this has been Xtropic, and I still don't have an outro, so please politely go away.